Hi, everyone. I know that it has been quite a while. I mean, with the holidays and, you know, my husband and I ended up getting COVID like 2 weeks ago. So that was a little bit rough and kind of a setback. But I wanted to say Happy New Year's to all of you guys. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the other day, a friend of mine, Diane, and I decided to do a live on Facebook. And it was like the first live I've ever done in my life. And I believe it was hers as well. But we had a lot of great information. We wanted to talk about the New Year's and goal setting and kind of why people tend to veer off after the first couple weeks of January away from their goals and like what they want to achieve. We talked about like maybe it was fear of judgment. I know that for me, this is why it took me a long time to even upload videos and stuff like that. I like to say that, I'm at a point where other people's judgments about me don't bother me as much as it used to, but it still in a way does. And I know that that might be holding you back from achieving maybe something that you're going for. And it's funny because it's scary as hell to do something completely new, something you've never done before. And your brain goes into like drama, like a lot of drama around it. Brain is wired to keep you safe. And so it isn't putting yourself in an unknown situation, right? And going in and doing video is not something that I've ever really done, and I'm not a type of person is kind of like a center of attention type of person. I'm very social when I want to be, but I'm very, very introverted. So it was very scary for me. Another thing that was very scary for me that I've done and, overcame was, working on a business while getting out of corporate America, right? So getting out of corporate America was my security blanket as far as receiving a normal paycheck. At least I knew what I was getting every 2 weeks and I knew my bills were going to be paid and all of this, to going out of that completely in August and doing working on my stuff for since then. I want to say it was the ending of August. That was the scariest thing ever. And I've never done that in my life. And so taking away my security blanket ended up having a lot of, for me, a lot of scarcity thoughts were coming up. And there were a lot of days where I'm like, okay, this is a sign. I got to work on my business. This is all where it's leading me to. But there were a couple days, and I think that I want to say it was the last few weeks, and maybe that's why even after COVID, I kind of didn't jump on here right away. I was kind of getting a little discouraged, in my abilities to, motivate and inspire, and it all boiled down to the thoughts and what I was thinking and talking to myself about. I mean, I don't know if I would say that I didn't think that I was worthy, but maybe some of you may think that you're not worthy of greatness. You're not worthy of, all the riches in the world, or, you're not worthy of this or that. But the thing is that we're worthy of everything, right? Everything in this world, everything good of this world, we're worthy of. But in order to get those things, you have to have a deep belief that you can achieve those things. And the only way that you can develop a belief is the conversations you have with yourself. So if you're saying things like, Like for instance, it was funny because my friend said our live, I mean, we must have sucked because there was like literally no one. I want to say it was just one person that watched it, and it was my sister. And it was funny, but her viewpoint of the video of the live was that, maybe we weren't good enough. Maybe that's why we didn't get the views. And it was funny because my perception of it was like, I'm so proud of us for even having the balls to do it, and I don't care if it was one person or nobody was watching, because at the end of the day, from what I have learned is that, you're not going to gain, an audience overnight, or, there were things that we did on our end that maybe we could improve on. And that was the learning lesson in that. And so by doing that live, and even though, we didn't get the engagement that we were looking for, it still motivates me to continue doing video and speaking my thoughts and my opinions and talking about my experiences, because I know eventually you all will hear it, and I know eventually someone who needs to hear it will hear it. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, wow, I mean, it's crazy how we have such different perceptions of this thing, this exact circumstance of doing the live. It's a completely neutral circumstance, because if I can think that we were awesome, we did it, and she can think that we sucked, that's why it's neutral. If it wasn't neutral, let me put it this way. So if everyone can agree that we all sucked, then that would make it true, right? Not necessarily, but it is what it is. I think that if you want to achieve something, whether that be money, a goal weight, which, I've been there and done that as well. A relationship, a goal weight, money. I think that you need to overcome the negative self-talk in your mind, because that is the only thing that's holding you back from having those things. Because if that wasn't the case, right? If that wasn't the case, your thoughts around it, right? That it's scary, or I shouldn't do that, or maybe this isn't for me, and you shift that talk with yourself, that conversation with yourself to, I can do this. I'm worthy of it. I know that eventually it may not happen this second, but I'm going to get it. I'm awesome. If you shift your mindset to that, there's no stopping you, because you're going to end up showing up differently, because you end up feeling completely different versus, I suck, or, I'm not good enough, or, I can't do this. When you have those types of thoughts, you're going to feel unmotivated. You're not going to be wanting to do, video or speak to anybody. You're going to want to kind of keep in your shell. And like I said, I think I kind of was in that position in the very last, I think, week or so. And, I knew that I had to get out of it. It was okay for me to sit in those feelings and understand what I was going through, but it was not something I wanted to sit in long term. So I knew that I had to coach myself out of it. And that's the beauty of coaching. That is the beauty of coaching is, you can have someone else look at something you're going through and give you a completely different perspective that maybe you weren't capable to see right then and there. So I just wanted to jump on here and tell you guys Happy New Year. And if you need help achieving your goals, or, anything at all that pertains to health, wealth, or relationships, you can email me at Coach K, K-A-Y, 1989 at gmail.com, and maybe we can set something up if that's something that you're into, and what I've talked about today and in any of my videos have resonated with you. So I look forward to talking with you guys, and hopefully I'll be on here in the next few days or a week or so. So stay tuned. Bye.